I've been ready for hours. I don't know what your problem is.
I was nice. I put you in a mall.
You're true. You put me in a mall, okay?
Yes.
So
I was
what?
thinking about what to put you in. I mean, but in the end, I stuck you in the X-Cup because I thought it was closest to what you're flying right now.
Yeah.
What program are you running for this?
Unifly.
Actually works quite nicely. It has a global server. Only issue is Silky is dropping cars.
Yeah. It has an altitude probe, which actually is a vehicle.
Okay.
So while you're on the ground, the vehicle is where the plane is at.
And the vehicle will chase you down the runway.
Yes, and it will chase you down the runway as you take off.
That's weird.
Yeah, they said they were trying to they're working on making it invisible, but currently it's what it is.
That's what it is. Gotcha.
But I can see his plane, and it's got a map, so like we can follow each other on the map if we get too far gone. So
Unfortunately, we don't have tags. That's
yeah,
really the only big downside. We can't.
tags
we
are
need
not
those
a
tags. Yeah.
tags are not a sim connect item,
Sure.
so therefore they it's you can't pull them in like that. So
What's the weather here?
but
Nice,
this is by
actually.
far the easiest one so far to just load in and be able to see somebody.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute thing, something like that. Just install, run it. It does everything by itself. No looking for a dedicated service or something.
Yeah, you just click global and you're there.
All right. Whoa. Oh, dude, that's so funny, dude. Your guy just like sped like shot over to your airplane from the ramp.
Is it next to my plane again, or is it in?
Yeah. No, he's next. He's standing next to the plane.
I guess it's us, just us, huh?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it.
There you go.
Right.
Go.
All right, Waylon.
Okay, taking off now.
Copy. All right, he's on the roll.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
Why? Where are you going? Why? Okay,
Straight? Why?
Finally fix that. It's like
Yeah.
the tail rudder doesn't have effectiveness until like 35 knots.
Yeah. It's
And that thing is climbing, dude, like a beast. Okay. Gonna make a left here. But I'm gonna follow in the flight plan a little bit. I'm maybe a little bit slower than Norden because this is in miles per hour and it will do about 110. So I suspect that's probably around about 95 knots or so. Maybe a little faster.
Wolf, I gotta ask.
Yeah, I don't see the car dropping out anymore there, Waylon. It's just your airplane. So maybe once you get in the air, the car quits dropping.
Yeah, your car is gone as well.
is it on the ground?
Yeah,
Right
it's
underneath
on the ground. Like I said, it's an altitude probe. So yep.
So it measures the distance between the car and you.
Guess so, yeah.
That's funny.
So, Wolf, how are you feeling about the trees popping in? Is it better or worse, or?
Trees popping in? I haven't had issues.
That was your issue in 2020 with the trees like floating in a radius around you. You noticed that happening?
I haven't flown in any areas that are like have like wide open expanses of like forest yet. I did some stuff out in Idaho and whatnot, but it was mostly like canyon runs and things like that.
Sure.
So I couldn't really gauge that sort of stuff. I did I did turn up my terrain level of detail to push the render distance out a little bit further. Um, and I did turn up my rolling cache. I don't know. See, in 2020, the biggest cache that the sim could actually utilize was 32. I don't know what the limit is in this one. I've got it set to 64, but
I keep setting mine to 16, and it just keeps resetting to 0. So I just haven't.
what?
I'll I'll
That,
I'll I'll direct it to a drive that has space, my
yeah.
SSD, and then I'll put 16 in it, and then it's fine. And then if I exit out or hit escape, and then come back into the menu, it'll be back to 0 and back in the default folder position where there is not enough room for a 16 gigabyte cache.
That's weird because it should default to 16 though.
No, defaults to 0
Yeah.
when it's clear that there's not space for 16.
That's
Like
so
the
weird.
default
Maybe that's why.
SSD drive, which is admittedly very full on my computer, but I want to, if you're gonna give me the option to direct it somewhere else, like let it stay there, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it let me switch it to another drive. Um, I did that like on the second day. Not that I mean I've got room on both drives, but my sim drive is my fastest drive in my computer, so that's where I moved it to.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's weird.
What turbulence model are you using?
Realistic. I don't I don't know. I haven't had enough time to judge it to be 100% up on it yet. I don't feel that
Oh, look at that bridge.
Yeah.
I don't feel that the wake turbulence is in the sim. At least that I've noticed. We did a lot of like testing the other night and we could not. I don't think that it's implemented yet.
I think it's implemented because I've seen it happen on like a grass field from my aircraft, but not by multiplayer standards. I think it's not multiplayer turbulence.
You think it's like just AI aircraft that are causing the wake turbulence
Well,
and
no,
not.
I was causing wake turbulence for myself. Like if I flew around and it flew through my own wake turbulence, I would feel it, but I couldn't
Mhm.
fly through anyone else's.
Gotcha.
Oh, is this
This is the Hoover Dam.
Hoover? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess it is Hoover, ain't it? Looks just like it. Wow, that's actually impressive. Yeah, pretty good. All right. Sorry, I got off course there.
No, this is straight line.
Heading back to the magenta.
This is the magenta line now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should hit.
3.1 goes right over top of the dam.
Oh, does it? Oh, I better follow y'all guys because I do not have that flight plan. Or it's different in my thingy here.
I mean, right, just follow the Colorado River now. That's basically the flight plan. Follow the lake to the Grand Canyon. Oh, but that's weird. Why is it off? By so much.
There's an issue with There's some weird stuff going on with the flight plans currently. Especially ones that have a lot of waypoints, like custom waypoints and stuff, they don't seem to import correctly.
I mean, now it's fine, but it was just like going around that bend where it was tossed me in the water.
Like if you look at your flight plan in your G3X, it'll probably cut off before you actually get to the end of the flight plan.
Oh,
Yeah, water skimming in that thing might not work because the contact points are different.
all right, be good to me. Easy. Easy, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Did you figure out the landing in the Nordic Gulf? Basically just flying to the knife's edge of stalling out and throwing the slats out?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't flown it since Wednesday night. But yeah, it's like I was just like, holy shit, dude. Like it just there's so much ground effect in it that it's like
Yeah, I landed at 27 knots the other day with it.
Yeah, it's got such an efficient wing design that it's really good at slow flight.
yeah, and it may just be me having to get used to it. You know.
I like it, but
Is it the
I think
plane really Misoki, or is it the plane that you will fly a little bit? Like, is it scratching the edge for you?
I think I'm more keen to the tack arrow.
That one is in the standard edition, right?
Well, it's just the X Cub with Tundra tires is all it is. But
Okay.
yeah, it's in the standard edition. I think it's a good plane. Like I said, I still have to get more time in it and feel it out.
What bothers me about it is when you put on the autopilot, like it just slightly leans to the left while it's falling in a general line.
I kind of noticed. Yeah, I've noticed that with like the double ender does that too. It's always not. It's always like out of coordinated flight. Even, well, I guess I do have a little bit of a crossing tailwind, so would that be pushing? Yeah, that'd be pushing the tail that way, so that makes sense. But even like like the double ender in like calmed conditions, like it's always kind of like forking to one side. But
Oh, there's a hole in the ground right here.
yeah, I noticed some
Yeah,
along the lake edge back there by the dam. There was some issues.
Yeah.
I think most of the Mississippi is grass too.
Is it?
Yeah.
Distance to your altitude.
It does, but it just it cycles, right? I think they have it like on like a it cycles through occasionally, so it's not constantly like filling the screen, but yeah. I really want to know
Oh, there's some big rocks.
how the. I really want to know why the blimp interior is reflected inside the Norden.
What? Really?
Yeah. I could not figure out what the fuck it was. And then somebody posted some pictures of the Zeppelin um in one of the in Reddit because they were fucking around with it. I was like,
Ooh.
that's it. I was like, that's exactly what it is. I was like, it is the Zeppelin in
Reflective.
huh?
Where's the reflections at?
When if you look around the it like the on the windows and stuff on in the inside, if you look around in certain lighting conditions, you'll see it. Especially like it's there's a big like cutout that's in the Zeppelin, like a pull-out window or something like that,
Yeah.
that that you'll see like I mean you can look left or right and depending on which way the light's hitting it, you'll see it. That's that's front and then if you kind of like look and like look up, if you look up and look at the wings, like the wing spar, you'll see like a switch panel that's like a bunch of white and red switches. That's from the inside of the Zeppelin. I was like, what? And I could not place, and I don't that the uh Got Friends wasn't responsible for doing the Zeppelin, were they?
No.
No, no,
So
I think
why
it's
the
a
hell did
solo.
they unless I don't know. It's so weird. I was like I was like, why is the Norden
What did Gravel
reflecting?
say about it?
He just gave me a thumbs up. He didn't say anything else. I was like, that is so weird, dude. I just showed him some pictures of it. I didn't know that it was the Zeppelin at the time when I sent that to him. I only figured that out yesterday, but I was like, what? I was like, what is this? Like, at first I thought it was the Wilga or something, but I like started looking at interior shots of the Wilga. I was like, no. I was like, it's not the Wilga because it doesn't have those square cutouts in the canopy like that. I couldn't, but yeah, then somebody randomly posted pictures of them flying the Zeppelin on Reddit, and I was like, there it is. So
Oh, is the Zeppelin? Has anyone flown it yet?
I haven't flown it. I did uh I did take one of the hot air balloons up, but I don't know. Like it just it it's kind of weird. It because Asobo's still using that stupid gust model that they use, so everything's very like like gusts are very erratic,
Yeah.
and it kind of makes the hot air balloon feel a little weird. But it took me a while to kind of even figure out how to get that thing up in the air. But once you get it up there, I mean, it's easy enough to control, but like it just didn't feel like I had like a breeze and stuff going, but it just didn't seem like I was really moving along like I would think I would be, but I don't know. I have to play with it a little bit more.
Yeah, coastline elevation is pretty jacked.
Hmm. It's
The only thing that caused me to crash is boats.
oh, all the boats and stuff. Yeah.
The way the
I
boats, like,
haven't,
I was trying to look
huh.
this up. We flew in China, and it was boats Horizon to Horizon. I was like, what the hell is that? Because it's like the same name. It looks like usernames. The same name
Hmm.
tagged across the horizon. So I was like, what is that? So I got over there. Just right as I was over top of CTD, and I was like, what the shit?
Yeah.
There's like 1,000 boats, and they were all like crashing into each other. It looked really dumb, but
Yeah.
blew up this horizon.
Yeah, they've definitely got work to do there.
I assume the sound bug on the 170 has been fixed. I don't hear anybody complaining.
I haven't heard any issues. Yeah.
Cool.
For me, you're not in the 170 anyway, so
Yeah, I don't know that it really mattered because I probably had a halfway decent actual install, but I went and cleared out all the streamed elements folder this morning and just re-downloaded everything. Some people said that was fixing some of their stuff, like for aircraft not having sounds and things like that, but
Gotcha.
yeah, I think ultimately what a lot of this comes down to is,
Shoddy first day.
well, not necessarily. I mean, just to be completely frank, the sim wasn't ready to come out,
Yeah.
but Asobo is beholden to Microsoft, and Microsoft's like, we need to get something out the door, because
for Christmas, yeah.
for Christmas or the holiday season, and you know,
Well, there was a review in a German games magazine yesterday or something like that. They were very savage about it. They basically said, first of all, there are a lot of technical issues, lots of glitches which shouldn't be happening in a published game. That's one thing. But they also said that this is basically an update, so they don't see why this was published as its own game. So they were very critical about it. They said, okay, it looks nicer. There are some features which weren't involved in the original 2020, but this is not enough to have its own game. Which I found very surprising. That's the first that I heard about it in this manner. I mean,
I don't.
A lot has changed in the back end, but
Yeah.
less has changed in the front end. Like it still
Yeah.
looks better, but like the whole the modern flight model has changed drastically to where water has effect now, like it's waves that are buoyant, and air is, and lighting, the whole lighting model is different. So I think drastic changes have been made in the back end where they would not be supported on 2020, whereas drastic visual changes aren't as drastic because 2020 already looked pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the truth is that they ran out of the 2020 engine for the most part was not able to really support much else that they wanted to do, and so, that was kind of like the whole thing with 24 is that, it's apparently an improved engine, but like you're not gonna see like crazy drastic like from like an end user standpoint, like it's gonna be like, well, this just looks like a slightly dressed up 2020, but there's a lot of stuff going on in the, like Dragon said, in the back end that you don't really, you don't see those. They're not super apparent, but the old sim just wouldn't support it. And then they were trying, obviously, to get away from having all this data and everything on people's hard drives, although I think the general opinion on the forums and stuff right now is they're like, just let me download whatever I want to download,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Being so dependent on servers and connectivity may not be the better option after all.
Yeah, I can't say with 100% certainty if it'll ever pan out. Hopefully it will, if they can, if they see seem worthwhile to, you know, leverage more server architecture and to support the number of people that are trying to try and play
Yeah,
it.
but that's their side, and I think that's something that they need to work on. I mean, this first day was embarrassing. I think that shouldn't have happened.
Oh yeah,
Especially if you
no,
tout it as a mostly online game, you should be
yeah,
aware of how many people to expect, and then double the number or whatever, just to be on the safe side. But it's not only dependent on their systems; it's also dependent on the users' systems.
right.
You know, and that's my bottleneck. I think performance-wise, my computer could handle 2024. I have no trouble with that because
It's
it
just your
handles
streaming
2020.
that-
It's just the connectivity,
right.
which is the challenge, and I think I'm probably not the only one with that.
No, for sure. I don't, and it's wild how much it like it seems like people in the UK are having the most trouble as far as streaming, whereas a lot of other people are doing fairly well. Although I have heard folks using VPN clients and whatnot to connect to connect to like US servers or like Asian servers, and they've been able to finally stream. But
Yeah, but I mean,
you shouldn't have to rely on that.
yeah, of course not.
So yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I was bitching about these 20 gigabyte world updates because I was seeing my hardware counter going down and down because my hard drive would be fuller and fuller. So I can see their point.
right.
But switching one bottleneck for another, which is probably even more critical in a way, it's may not have been the best option. So
Yeah, I mean, all we can do is wait and see, I guess.
yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's just kind of the reality of the situation.
Did enjoy flying the Sky Crane yesterday, though.
I do.
Oh,
That thing is
I really wish they.
What's that?
I really wish they would have made it so, like selectable. If you wanted to download this or that, or you know what I'm saying? Maybe certain regions, or something to that effect.
Yeah.
Or also
Then-
certain planes. I mean, for example, I know
Yeah.
I'm probably never gonna hop into a Boeing and fly a tube liner. So why would I
Yeah.
need to download that? I mean, it's probably not as big a chunk of data as other things, but
But
maybe
when
be a
you
little
start,
bit more selective. Yeah.
when you start looking at 100 and some planes, and you say, well, if I go through and kick out, 30 or 40 of them, that's a chunk of data.
Right.
I mean, how many planes out of those that were available in 2020 out of stock? I'm not talking about planes that you bought yourself, but
Yeah.
of the stock planes, how many of those planes did you really fly?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think the intention is to let us download that stuff at some point. Maybe when the marketplace comes up, but
Yeah.
as of right now, yeah, it's like you have no option to. Everything is just streamed. When you go in to look at that stuff, it just says it's streamed and it gives you no option to
Yeah. Yeah,
download.
I've clicked on it and been like, hey, can I just download this so I don't have to
Right.
stream it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't had issues streaming the aircraft. I mean, they seem to work pretty good, although like I know other people obviously are not having as good a time with that. Like I've seen like when Angel was doing a review of the some of the planes and stuff, like textures and stuff were blurry and whatnot, and things weren't rendered quite right. And so I know that's obviously a
Yeah, for
streaming issue.
for the Norden, I get blinking textures.
Really?
Yeah, on the front.
Oh,
So,
like for the cowling, where the cowling would come off?
Yeah, yeah. It
I
just
see.
blinks. It changes colors and blinks.
Just randomly?
Yep. Just and all the time, like nonstop.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Right.
That's wild. Yeah, mine. I mean, mine's perfectly fine, but obviously that's not saying that, obviously not dismissing what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's it is what it is. I'm not too stressed about it, dude.
have you tried clearing out your streamed elements or whatever?
Nope. Mm-mm. I am not. This is the first I heard of it.
Yeah, I would, because there is a good chance, given how when you did download
Yeah.
everything,
Yeah.
there's a chance that things got missed or files were corrupted.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
so
I'll
that's
go.
one of the
Is that
reasons
in
I
the
that's the main inst. So since
main?
You're on Steam
Yeah.
now, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's going to be in your
24. It's user
yeah,
app
user
data
app data
roaming.
roaming. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I got
And
it.
it's the streamed what the hell is it called?
Am I running away from you guys? No, I'm not. Am I? Okay.
Streamed packages. That's the
Gotcha.
and
Just go in and delete everything out of it.
yep, just delete it.
Okay.
Just in that, I wouldn't delete the folder itself. I would just
Yeah,
delete
yeah.
everything that's in
Leave
it.
everything in it.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
I thought that I would, I deleted this morning at I don't know, we had maybe 20 minutes before the flight, and I was like, well, I might miss this, because I wasn't sure, how long it would take to repopulate that folder, and it started, it maybe only took me 5 minutes to start the sim, so.
Gotcha.
I saw a review the other day from Obsidian, and he's based in the UK. And he had real issues. I mean, that was 2 or 3 days ago, so it might be different now. And he basically showed exactly the issues that you talked about textures not popping in. So basically, it looked like a very blurred 2020 for him in many ways.
Right.
And then he came back and said, okay, then you saw, okay, now it had loaded in, but when he flew there the first time, it just wasn't there. It was basically just the mesh and with some kind of placeholder textures, but nothing of decent quality. So that's very much in line with what you said.
Yeah, it's like I said, a lot of the people like Kevin, he's having some serious issues. He can get into the sim, but whenever he spawns, the camera is on the ground. It's such a weird thing. I don't get it. But yeah, I've seen plenty of posts online about people trying to load in, and it's just the sim just won't load. It's just a bunch of blurry shapes or
Wow.
textures and things like that. And I don't know if it's, and some people have said, yeah, I've tried to reinstall it multiple times and nothing works. But then again, I don't know if doing an uninstall removes everything. If you want,
Yeah.
you have to go in and try and get rid of all those old packages and stuff like that.
The answer to that is no. And the reason why I know this is even after uninstalling Tech Alpha, when I went back in, after I downloaded everything, I went back in and clicked on my avatar.
Right.
To set my avatar up. My avatar was exactly as I had set it up in Tech Alpha. And I was like, wow. That's freaking awesome.
Right.
How much other crap have you got coming in from Tech Alpha?
Right.
But it's all right. I'm not,
Yeah, it's it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back in some places, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. VR's looking pretty good.
I have heard the VR works pretty good out of the box.
Yep, it does. I've been surprised. Took me about 15 minutes to figure out what apps to use and what not to use.
Mhm.
And
What would
I mean, as soon as I got it figured out, it was like immediately, "Whew, this looks good."
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just adjusting, graphic settings inside the sim to get the best feed I could get.
What was that, 8?
do you know would Steam VR work pretty good out of the box, Sucky, or is there like specific programs I should be looking at? I guess you have a Quest, so this may not even.
I can hardly hear you, 8.
Any better?
Let me. A little bit. Hold on a second. Maybe something changed inside my. Am I going the right way here?
Yeah, the river just kind of turns into this one-track straight, don't it?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's because the satellite imagery probably was like, hey, the water looks really muddy or it's low, and so it just like was like, nope,
Yeah.
there's no river here now.
Gotcha. Oh,
That's fine.
Yeah, look at the elevation difference here, where it's just like the lake's way above this river here.
It's just like
there we go. Much better. I just turned you all the way up to 200%. You sound good now.
yeah, with Steam,
Yeah.
like, are you running like OpenXR or like what do you?
No, I am not running OpenXR. I am on a Quest 3. I am linked in through USB cable, and I am not going through Steam VR either. I am using virtual desktop.
Yeah, I'm the Valve Index, which is a Steam that's in it, so
Gotcha. So straight through Steam VR.
Steam VR.
I haven't tried Steam VR yet with this, and I may. It was conflicting with OpenXR in 2020, so I uninstalled Steam VR. But now that I am on, Flight Sim in Steam, I may go back and put Steam VR. As a matter of fact, I've been planning to see where that puts it at with Steam VR and having a Steam. I suspect that'll be pretty good too.
Give it a shot, see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I know virtual desktop works. I start the Oculus app. I start the virtual desktop and hit Control Tab, and that's all I have to do. It's good. Keep following the river, I assume.
The dry riverbed.
Canyon eventually. For 3 or 4 more turns, we'll hit the Grand Canyon proper.
Happy. I wish I could turn my LODs up a little more.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the terrain LODs, because some of these mountains, like some of these hills, look kind of blurry, closer than I would like.
Gotcha.
But when I get, kind of fairly close to them, they look really good. So,
And we were shooting that Tech Alpha as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I've got the LODs like when I'm using Track IR. The LODs are like 150, and I don't notice it at all. but can't really compare the two because it's just VR is so much more of a pull on the system.
Right. Yeah, I had to go up to, well, I loaded up at Wrangle. That's kind of generally where I test my LOD settings.
Yeah,
It's
I was at Dawson.
it gives me kind of a good gauge of distance and stuff like that. Sitting on the ramp there because you got some close mountains and then you got some stuff further away. And I'm able to kind of dial it in to kind of where I'm like, yeah, that feels pretty good. Like where I feel like at a certain distance, you know, the blurriness is kind of acceptable
Yep.
because you wouldn't necessarily see crazy details right at that distance. So,
Yep.
yeah, I went up there and set that, but I ended up setting my my terrain level of detail up to like 300.
Get down real low to the riverbed, you'll start to see all the bushes and the trees and the rocks popping.
Yeah.
Really close to the riverbed.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I like the 170 in 2020, but Coronado really did a job on it, man. It is dope. Like I took
But
off.
is it actually a different version now, or because I thought you just imported it from 2020 to 2024, or is it a
No,
really dedicated 2024 version?
yeah, I think it's a really dedicated 2024.
Wow.
It's yeah, the landing gear has some amazing amount of movement. The
Oh, really? Because it never
Yeah.
did in the old one.
yeah, well, the landing gear will spread out now. The takeoff roll on this thing is like a third of the distance it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking amazing. I was shocked. I am really liking it.
I always liked it.
Yeah, I liked it before, but I mean, it's
It sounds better now, yeah, true.
yeah, much better.
Yeah, they need to adjust the distance on the ground clutter when it spawns in. It's
Yeah. Oh yeah, you got to
It's-
be like right down on
yeah.
top of the ground, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
they need to adjust that.
And I can see other trees farther away. It's just
Well, yeah, you can see the bigger stuff, but yeah, like the little bushes and like some of the rocks and stuff, like yeah, you don't see it until you're literally right on top of it and it
Yeah.
pops in.
kind of
I'm
hit.
yeah.
It's gotta, you gotta be able to.
Yeah,
Just
she
disappeared
is
8.
cruising, man.
You faster as well?
I mean, I was looking at 120 just a minute ago in flat flight, so miles per hour.
That's
So
kind of
I'm-
normal. I think that
Yeah.
the old one could do that as well if you really gave it full throttle. I think I always remember doing about 100 knots or so in that thing.
Yeah, I guess that's about where it's at.
Did you also check out the Waco, or did you change that as well?
I have not messed with the Waco yet.
How can you not touch the Waco yet? Silky! I'm
Because of
disappointed.
the Norden. Because of the Norden.
Who cares about the Norden? Fly the Waco.
Oh, there's some big rocks. Oh, and there's just like loaded in a ton of stuff right there.
Yeah, they've got to do some stuff with these rivers, man. This is
Yeah.
You guys want
And
to
we're
come home to 2020?
Roads right here.
back to the water.
well, I don't know that it could be that the rivers were just really muddy and stuff when the satellite images were taken, and so it was like, hey, this is
The river starts right here. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's yeah, I don't know.
It's still brown and still muddy, just like the regular Grand
Yeah, like this is fine.
No, it's not. Look at
I
that
mean,
water all up on the freaking
listen,
Water on
it's
the banks.
banks.
it,
Yeah,
I mean, at least there's water.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, you know,
I could live with this. Yes. The other is like, but definitely the AI parameters when they were doing the rivers was not, because I've seen that's the third place that I've seen and had like a trickle of water running down it, what I
right?
would call a stream where it should have been a river. And yeah, it may have been the colors or the size of the river or whatever that caused that. Whatever
Yeah.
the parameters were, it just like, oh,
Well,
that's small.
like, well, exactly. But like, you know, like, I mean, you can kind of dismiss like other places where you're like, well, obviously, you know, this is kind of in the middle of nowhere and nobody probably saw it, but
Yeah,
like,
but not the Grand
you,
Canyon.
well, that's the point I was just about to make is that like, this is
There's
like
a
one
few
of,
places you have to get right, and I
this
think the
is,
Grand Canyon is very high on that list. Yeah.
this was like a selling point for this particular version of the sim. You know, they
Yeah,
had, this is where
I,
the global preview event was at, you know, it's like, come on, guys.
I don't think we have reached the touched up area yet.
So,
And I think when we get to the touched up area, you will know.
I don't even know if we're gonna get that far. Side, we're not going all the way to KGCM today,
Okay.
so we may not even ever hit the touched up area.
Okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's okay. This is fine. I mean, to me, it looks pretty good.
Me too.
Waylon, you should pull up my stream and compare.
I don't want to. I'm keeping my envy in check as it is, so I don't need additional incitement and seduction, but you know.
I've been working on you with this 170. I'm trying.
Yeah, but you're subtle about it. I mean, if he wants to show pictures, I'm gonna start salivating.
If I wasn't in VR, I'd be posting right now. What kind of speed y'all got back there? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Alright.
Well, I think I'm a little bit faster. 108 or something.
Yeah, I think you kind of left me a little bit there.
Well, not according to the map. I just checked the Unify map, and you were relatively close behind me.
Okay. Okay.
Of course, without tags, it's difficult to actually see you from any given distance.
Yeah, but yeah. I knew you were getting out in front of me a bit there.
I mean, I'm faster anyway. I mean, this is a more
Oh, yeah.
powerful plane. That's
Yeah,
for
that,
sure.
yeah.
And I'm not even full throttle by any chance, so I think I'm doing about 80% throttle.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
First, technically our halfway point is the next.
This gets really weird through here. I bet this is where the flight plan breaks. Yeah.
Which is the halfway point? User 16 or?
Grand Canyon West, 1G4.
See, you know what's
Oh,
funny?
I already passed it. Okay.
See, it goes from this 1G4 is the end of this flight plan for me. It goes through all the other waypoints, and then it gets to the end, and then it shoots back over here to 1G4.
Let me turn around. Because I passed it. 2 or 3 waypoint. No, what? I just passed user 15, which is the one after 1G4.
Yeah, that's. Is 1G4 down at the bottom or is it up top?
It's up top.
On top.
Okay. I'll start climbing.
Definitely.
Try to anyway.
And I probably need to get behind you guys until because I do not have. Let's see. I wonder if it's on the. I wonder if I can pull it on here. No. Is that 1G4 right there?
That
I
is so
assume
weird
it-
that it does that.
I don't know if I can get back up out of here or not, but we're gonna try right here in this spot.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Oh, this is gonna be whew.
Yeah, this is so weird that it has 1G4 at the end. Yeah, it goes from waypoint 14 to 15 all the way through. And then it goes whoop. Yeah, there's definitely an issue with importing flight plans.
If I screw this up. Oh, the speeds are dropping.
Yeah, I had to kind of go easy on this climb out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna make this or not. Let's try to make some room.
If you can get up a little bit, you can start kind of circling.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does do that, doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna have to do a circle here.
Strange.
This is the spot. Keep climbing, baby. Keep climbing. Oh, Jesus is not good. Oh, oh, watch that rock.
Are you flying or are you giving birth?
Oh,
Alright. Oh, Silky, why'd you go down there? You kind of put yourself in a bad place.
yeah.
Yeah, especially with the 170, which doesn't have that much engine power anyway.
I just stayed over the river and just kept circling up. There's plenty of room out there.
I got it. I'm good now. I think. Maybe.
Oof. Getting some.
This is a tight spot, though.
Yeah, yeah, you went all the way down there and we're like, yep. Commit.
Yep, that's what I did.
But at least you can't miss the airport.
I committed. That was for sure.
Wait a minute, are we on the? This is on the south rim. They have one of the walkways on the south rim. I thought that was only on the north. Huh. Interesting.
They put in a bunch of new stuff, man.
Is
Like
this
in
a
the last-
bespoke airport in 2020? Does anyone know?
I don't think so.
Because it looks as if there were some parts which are not standard.
Oh, is that you? Yeah, that's you, Waylon. You're flying right over top of me. I'm down in
Okay.
that, coming out of that valley.
I'm not looking. I'm busy enough. It took me a while to get up here as well, so
Whew. All right, I see 8. And yeah, here we are. Oh, there's the airport right here.
Slipping here.
Wow. That was intense.
Yeah, well, just throw those flat out, keep the nose high, and then notch the flaps will be just fine. Landed at like 29 knots.
And if you hold that last notch in, if you just hold it,
Oh, I know. That's the fucking
yeah,
brakes, man.
that's the freaking helicopter right there, buddy.
Gotta fill up with fuel.
Stall horn, stall horn, stall horn. Nice. Nice. So good. And I'm going to try to get out of your way here real quick.
It's okay.
There you go. I think this is supposed to be the taxiway anyway, right here. Something. Looks like it used to be.
I see your car, Silky. Your car is back.
Yeah, so is yours. Yeah, actually, when you're going across the ground with this, like the dirt, you can actually watch the landing gear kind of bounce in and out. It's pretty cool.
How do you have
Wow. I'm so proud of myself. My landing rate was minus 63 feet per second in a tail dragger. I'm so impressed with myself right now.
Let me see what I don't know if it'll tell me where.
It's good.
where
It will tell.
oh, do home. Home is where you see that.
Home, and then on the simulator it gives you altitude, speed, and landing rate.
Yeah, mine was 168. I'm good with 168. It'd be all right.
the fuel in the plane? What the hell?
My first
Who they
one was
EFB, EFB, then you go to fuel. And then what I do is just fill up the extra.
Oh no, that doesn't even do it.
What is it?
You have to go to, one sec, let me stop here. You pull up the EFB, and you go to the little airplane icon, and you go to flight performance,
Hmm.
and then there's mass and balance. That's where you load fuel.
Oh, okay. I was using extra.
Yeah,
just-
no, that doesn't even do anything. That just like amends your, that just like is part of like the flight plan, but it doesn't actually load fuel.
Oh.
It's dumb.
Well, I don't know how much fuel I have then. No clue.
You can, if you can pull up your
Oh.
EFB and
Oh, there we go. I've got,
it's
Okay.
stupidly hidden. It
yeah,
shouldn't be.
it's, well, my UFB
It's-
is not exactly the best functioning thing right now.
Pilot can only weigh 165 pounds of 165 pounds.
okay. I'm out. What's that in kilogram? 150 kilos or something? No, it can ask.
Hey,
I know.
Google, 165 pounds in kilograms.
Ah. Okay,
Should be
so
something like 75 or maybe 80. What?
74.835 kilos.
Okay, I'm out.
yeah, let's see if it works with the controller. Let's see. Enter cursor mode. Why did you just disappear? Let's try this. Nope, that doesn't work either. That's why. It doesn't see it. Nope, it doesn't see it. That's what's going on. The EFB does not work in.
That's weird. Can't, there's nothing at the end of the flight plan to delete. Like, I can't delete G4 or...
Can you, well,
No,
I hate this 10-inch G3X. I really do. I do not like it.
too small.
It's too small. I mean, I can make it work, but it's just like I have to get really close to the. I got to turn off the dash vibration too for a sec.
Real quick coffee, and then we can get back into it.
Mhm.
Copy.
So it looks like it drew everything. I guess. Maybe.
I don't know if there's a way I can load fuel from here. Is there a way I can load fuel from here? Tab EFB. Here we go. Oh, I can load fuel from here. So go aircraft.
Yeah, you go
Mm.
aircraft, and then you go
Flight
mass
performance.
flight performance, and then mass and balance.
Mass and balance.
Then you can just do
Quick
quick
fill.
fill. Yeah. Make sure
Got
that, and then you go load in aircraft at the bottom.
Got it. The load of your aircraft was successful. Okay, so that's cool. So basically, for you to get to the EFB, you can see the EFB in VR, but you can't manipulate it at all.
Oh,
So
dumb.
yeah, it's not good. But you can go to the menu.
Yeah.
So back, just hit escape, and then on the left side, it's got open EFB
Yeah.
down at the bottom of like the whatever little bit of the flight plan stuff is there. You hit open EFB and you can adjust it that way. So if you really need the EFB, that's how that works. Okay, we're back. Oh wow, that actually changed the way the aircraft is sitting. Got extra weight.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah, that's legit right there, buddy. Oh, come on. There we go.
Alright, coffeeed and fueled up.
One sec.
Okay, no rush at all.
I'm back as well.
Planes over here. Missing textures. What's happening?
Who's Aitan and why he's streaming some kind of Airbus in our voice channel? Look at the list of people in the voice chat. There's one guy, Aitan, he's streaming, and it looks
Yeah,
like an Airbus.
That's the Max. That thing's so fucking broken.
And he's probably twitching because he's got his mic off.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, there you
Oh man, look at these missing textures. What's happening here? What's happening? I don't know. What's up?
go. All
That's so messed up that we just show up as bonanzas. It's
right.
like, what the hell, dude?
Well, I had to give Waylon his 170 shot.
It's too funny.
Yeah, but I'm here in the next cup, so.
And then
Oh no,
he-
that's my own. No. Sorry, I was in the wrong chat. Where did you put it?
Over, bros.
Oh, we're both. Okay.
8's got his engine cowling off for me.
Yep, that's how I have it as well.
Oh, that's how you have it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good.
But you guys gotta admit, this is the prettiest plane of these bonanzas. My 170. Even if it's not a 170.
Yeah, right. Oh, man.
All right.
Okay. Am I standing outside my aircraft right now?
No,
8 is.
stay
I see 8 walking around, but you're not.
Okay. Here, let me try something really quick before we take off again. Okay, I gotta make sure I turn off the... Did I get out? Okay. Cool. Alright.
Really?
Yep. Let me get back in the plane. I just have to remember to turn off the headphone simulation, otherwise it breaks it. There we go. Which is so funny.
By the way, there's a little bit of a crosswind, so
I was just... There we go. Okay. Actually, I need to check that really quick because that's going to bug me. What? Oh, it's because we're in the... Oh, you know why there's an echo? Because we're in a group.
Yeah.
So you're getting my voice from the group. Gotcha.
Yeah, I turned it off, but
Gotcha.
it still shows mine is like talking. But
I gotcha. I literally just noticed that.
yeah, I turned it all off. So hopefully y'all can't hear me twice.
I don't hear you twice, no.
no, me neither.
Okay, so controls, controller, search by input. I gotta figure out what this is. Drone recall. Reset slew mode.
What's going on here?
Camera reset. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird why it does that. Okay, go back.
The wind blowing that hard?
I've got a 10 knot headwind down the center of the
Yeah, I got something else going on here. Maybe all that fuel I added.
Could be.
Holy crap! What?
She's struggling a little bit now.
Dude, it won't get off the ground.
She's heavy. Oh, you fat.
What was it, 165 pounds or something?
Well, now that she's effectively added all that, fuel weight, because you probably took off with half a tank, if that. Then you burn some on the way over.
I've got her tapped out, man. Maybe it was just going up the hill.
Could be. You've also got, we're at 4,000 feet too.
Yeah.
40, almost 5,000 feet.
Five.
Yeah.
It's still really slow.
Were you able to get off the ground? Oh no.
What about your mixture?
Yeah, I've got the mixture back.
It's sucking.
What the hell? I guess I'm gonna just fly off this cliff over here.
Oh,
Hope for the
no.
best.
Be a bumpy ride on the way over.
Yeah, but she's got the big tires now.
What the? It is not flying.
Down she goes.
Okay. Enough of this.
Yeah, take some of that fuel out.
Yeah, sure, it's a fuel.
Ah, Alright, I see 8 down there. I'm getting ready to rip the wings off this thing. She's tapped out at 160 mile an hour.
You took that thing to 160 miles per hour.
Yeah, I know, I'd rip the wings off.
I was about to ask if that is safe. So obviously not.
See if it'll stay in the air when she gets to the bottom of the canyon.
Yeah, that's the question.
Oop.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Not
Oh my
doing
god, that's gonna be close. Oh, made it.
What's this quote from Indiana Jones? Can you fly a plane? Fly, yes. Land, no. Something like that.
it. Right.
I have no authority.
I wonder if you lost your rudder
Yeah.
authority or your elevator
No.
authority.
Oh, yeah, it's
Yeah, that's a.
there. We go.
That-
Yeah, it's because I was running so fast. You came back.
Oh, really?
It's doing something weird. Like, it's got to be that fuel. Okay.
Is it trying to? You don't have a runaway trim situation, do you?
Hold on. No. Uh-uh. I have been ready to fix this situation. That's what I have. All right. Let's get rid of some of that fuel. How about like that? Is it? Zoom. And
Trail change. Something just reverted.
Is it what?
My settings just reverted. So like my stick is twist for rudder, but I have
Hmm.
rudder pedals, and just reverted to twist stick.
What? It just randomly reverted.
Yep.
oh, that's a big rock.
Not the default heli profile. Fucking
Come on.
that shit.
What the? I don't know what's going on, guys.
Now
Okay, either provide pictures so that we can be amused, or tell us what's going wrong. I mean, this.
Sounds like the plane just doesn't want to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as I put that fuel in there.
Can you take some fuel out and see if that
I
resolves
did. I
your...
took some fuel out, and maybe I'll take a little more out.
It's still...
But yeah, I went down to 65%, but still. So there's a half tank. See what happens.
But usually that plane is not that sensitive.
Shouldn't be, but...
No, it doesn't. I mean, I've flown it with 100% fuel all the time. I never had any issue, or not all the time, but quite often. I never had any issues, and I
Yeah,
noticed.
there's no elevator authority at all.
shit. Why is it not working?
Yeah. It sounds like it's... Yeah.
Settings
So
change.
I had that issue with the Draco, and I
Mm-hmm.
was only able to... Basically, a sim restart was the only way I could get authority back.
Let me see.
And I don't understand how that happens. Like it shouldn't require a full sim restart to get control back of the aircraft.
But do you see the? Did you see the control surfaces deflect, or so was it really that there was no input, or was it that the input didn't make any difference? So
I
did
don't-
you when you moved the elevators, did you see the surfaces deflect, or when you moved your joystick, didn't they move at all?
I don't know about Silky.
All right, guys, I'm hit. Y'all can go ahead and take off.
Copy. You don't have damage enabled, do you?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, y'all can go ahead and take off.
I already
I'll be
took off.
okay. I'll be okay. We're good.
I definitely had that issue because I thought the damage was off, but it was actually on. And I broke a bunch of stuff and the plane was just like, nope, we're not flying anymore.
Okay, so it was, and then the restart fixed that. Oh,
Yeah, I went in and made sure that all that stuff was off and then restarted the sim and it was fine afterwards, but yeah, I do know that I've heard of people losing control authority randomly, which is weird.
Part of that problem for me was I was at 160 knots.
Right.
and
It's
it was
probably
not gonna.
not
I mean,
something that that plane is meant to do.
160 miles per hour, and probably more than that. And I think almost whatever you do at that point isn't going to matter. But I'm coming down. I'm coming down much slower this time. I'm just a little ways above you guys. I can see you down there, kind of
Gotcha.
crisscrossing the river a little bit, about 120, and everything seems to be functioning properly.
Gotcha.
But if you break something in a plane, don't you get a message or something? Or at least after the flight, that it will tell you, okay, you broke this, you broke that, whatever.
Alright.
It will tell you like if like I had flaps and stuff that broke, and it was like, yeah, there was a message that popped up anytime that I tried to like actuate the flaps or things like that. It was like, nope, you broke them. And I had to literally end the flight even after going in and turning those options off. I had to restart the flight for those messages to go away.
Okay, we're good.
In the settings for like fixing refuel. Like,
Hmm.
refuel. I don't know if it does anything, but there's a key binding in the settings for air refuel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
There was one in 2020, I'm pretty sure of that, yeah.
You would think that that would be something that you could do through the EFB
Or there, yeah, sure. I mean, that
rather
would
than
make the most sense, yeah.
you think that there would be something that in that regard.
I am doing
No.
80 miles per hour here and just in a dead stall, man. It's stalling on me.
What about your
Tapped
center of
out.
gravity? What is your center of gravity?
What the hell?
So
Now the river's the right color.
right. It is comma 8. That is the new reset barometer. Yeah, B drops if flaps, I think. Yep.
What the Yeah, I might have to restart. Might be dead on arrival.
Yeah, I wonder if your CG is all out of whack.
Maybe like quick refill.
What's that? Oh, I
There was
don't
a
know.
movie Dead on Arrival a few years ago, way too long ago, I think in the 80s or so.
I want to get my stick mounted in the center because I do have to reach across to the left or the right or left hand.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Dead on Arrival by Kyle Newell.
He's doing good up here. Flying fine.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay up here for a little while.
At some point, you need to come down.
Yeah. Well, when I come down, I'm gonna land. Yeah, she's doing fine now.
Weird.
I don't know. Got all authority, no stall. I got down there close to the water, and it was like I had everything maxed out. Yeah, well, not the mixture, but everything else maxed out. And once I got down, like in the middle of the canyon down there at the water, it just went straight to like 80, 90 knots and just stall buzzer at not knots, but 80 or 90 miles per hour, which is probably about 70 knots, and just went full stall buzzer and just started falling.
Hmm.
It wouldn't stop. Like,
That's
so,
weird.
Yeah, I don't know. But right now, I'm running 140 and climbing.
Did you play with that plane again?
Nope.
Are you sure? Because you should be climbing with 140.
Yeah.
No, you can't edit anything on the.
No,
on the plane.
it's all encrypted.
Everything's all encrypted. Community's super pissed.
Yeah. They're like, we want a page.
They had, yeah, I mean, after 2020, you had to know all that stuff was going to be encrypted. Especially with all the
There's ways
partners
to access certain
coming in there.
things.
Yeah.
You can, like, I've seen some people that have, like, Easy, I think, and maybe AirPack, there's, like, file explorers that they've been able to, like, get into and at least access the paint profiles and stuff, but, yeah, like, any hope of, like, somebody, like, fly-by-wire or something doing their thing with the stock Airbus or whatever, or like somebody going in and fixing issues with planes, like currently, no. And I think they did that for anything. Well, right now it's everything, right? But they don't want people cheating at the career mode, so they've got everything locked down.
I don't know. I don't understand why people make so much fuss about the career mode. Because seriously, I mean, that's the one thing in this sim that doesn't interest me at all. I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
I haven't touched career mode because I've just seen so many reports of the things, so I'll just wait.
Somebody this morning was digging through the files and they found stuff for buying credits for the career mode.
Cheater
And
mode.
and they've actually got like prices, like on like the amount of tokens and stuff, like in the code. I'm personally not interested in it. Like I'm like I don't care, you know.
Like I just wish that I could take the sky crane out to any lake in free flight, fill it up with water, and just dump water for fun. Like, I just.
Wait, you can't do that? That is tied to a sim or to a mission or something?
Yes, you have to do it in a career mode or mission to use the dump feature in the sky crane.
That's dumb.
Yeah, but wasn't that already a feature of the Huey? I mean, I thought the Huey has some kind of water stuff that.
Like you can select the firefighting.
What? See, it's doing it again. I'm running 90 freaking, and it's.
I bet you any money that this has to do with the streaming element of these planes is it's causing issues with the flight envelopes. Bet you any money.
Yeah, but coming back to that firefighting thing, I mean, and I know, for example, that this first flying boat in
You're right.
2020, that you could already
You're right.
scoop water and I think release it.
Yeah.
And I thought it's also a feature in a Huey. I mean, I've never done it, but I thought that there was a feature in a Huey that you could scoop up water and then release it on control, please.
I'm sure devs can make it something that you can do, like, as an added bonus, but, like, if you just pick the variant of a firefighting plane in the sim, there's no control bindings available in free flight for...
Okay.
You can't, like, open the
Then-
skydiving door and drop a skydiver off in free flight.
Okay, but I mean, I don't understand why you would block that, because it's been available in 2020.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's weird. Now, Silky, you said you weren't coming down here, and you came down here, and now you're
Yeah,
having
well-
problems again.
Yeah, I didn't have any choice in it, and it's doing it again. Anything above it.
Can you activate the autopilot by any chance and see if that? Because I
There
know
is no autopilot.
there is no autopilot. Okay, that was another thing that I know. Some people had runaway trim issues and stuff, and activating the autopilot cleared it. But yeah, if there's no autopilot, then you're kind of screwed. Unless it's like, hey, you're below the ground. It's like it's like misinterpreting like where you're at. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. That's super weird.
I'm dead, man. Like, I can't even pull back up to 0 now as far as vertical speed without stall. I've got throttle maxed out, prop maxed out.
You
Make
still
sure
have
it-
wings.
Yeah, anything above 500 feet per minute descent is stall.
The hell? Does it just think you're like super fucking heavy, or like did it drop you down from the altitude that you were at, like without you
Yeah.
really? Hmm.
Can you show your own weight? So your
Huh?
total gross weight of the plane, yourself, the fuel, whatever.
Well,
Can you get that data?
Well, that's what I'm wondering, is if there was something, like I know you pulled fuel out, but like it wasn't an issue until we refueled the plane, so that's the only thing that but it's not constant because you were able to maintain speed at
drop.
altitude, but then it just like randomly started to be stupid again.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's super fucking weird.
Grand Canyon looks pretty good though. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled fuel out, but I forgot to hit load an aircraft.
So you never released the fuel.
So I never released the fuel. That's what it was. Now I'm down to like a quarter tank. Yeah. Brought it
But
all.
Still, I mean, you should be able to fully load your plane with fuel and still have good control of your aircraft. I mean, what's the point otherwise?
Okay, yeah. Now I'm 80 miles per hour, 1,000 feet a minute ascent, and not stalling. Yeah, it was fuel. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to check and see. Maybe it's got passengers loaded in here or something. I don't know.
It might, yeah. There might be
I'm-
passengers loaded in.
Yeah, I'm coming, guys. I'm
You're
coming.
good.
Sorry,
No, you're good.
I'm learning.
Around them now, actually, so less.
Yeah, I tried to land back there and ended up stalling it. Couldn't recover. I also tried to land with a tailwind, so that's part of the problem.
Oh my god. Anything else? Jeez.
I think your next plane is gonna be a 172.
Yeah, I wonder if you get it fully loaded. And it's just like, nah, you can't. Because even with
Yeah.
even with like a quarter tank, I mean, you shouldn't have to go all the way down to a quarter tank to fly,
Yeah, I just I figured
unless they've got it so borked up as far as load management goes that it's
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's why I was asking about the full about the gross weight, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, why have tanks that you cannot fill?
Right.
Let's see. Mass 1833. Center of gravity 9%. Cargo none. Seats.
Yeah, you can click on the individual seats and see if there's actually weight in them or not.
178 pounds in the second row. 178 pounds in the fourth row. Let's empty those. Okay. How about that? Empty. So it changed it to 8%, and I went total mass from 1833 to 1299. That should be some difference.
Remember to hit load in aircraft.
Yep, I did. And now I need to trim down. 'Cause it wants to take off. Trim down, buddy. Trim down.
Yeah, I got like
There we go. Yeah, it had me loaded.
yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense, I guess.
Loaded, 100% fuel. Falling up.
Why would it load it? Why would it put a full load onto you?
Because it's stupid. They probably
Okay,
have
that's
Coronado probably has it set up like that as default to load with passengers and everything rather than just the pilot.
okay. Then why just this plane? I mean, why not your other planes as well? I mean,
Well, I mean, it just depends on how the devs set it up, you know. I think the Got Friends stuff, they don't load in with passengers. You have to add them. Like,
yeah.
so
Most planes, I mean, in 2020, basically all the planes were empty unless you specifically loaded them, and it was the same for Coronado. It was the same for the Asobos. So, but it's a little bit weird to have some planes load in fully loaded by default and others basically empty. I mean, it doesn't make
no,
much sense.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think this sim was pushed out the door early to meet deadlines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. It's kind of obvious. I mean, and I think they are paying the price for it. And they had to know that this was going to happen. That there would be such a backlash, especially after all the hype and the promotion. And it looks good and it's beautiful from what you see, but Well, what good is a beautiful sim if it doesn't fly?
Right. I guess the console guys are basically completely screwed. Like it's almost completely unplayable.
That's why I'm gonna
Um,
try and get my Great Unplayable Sim on Xbox.
I think the X can kind of do it, but like the S is basically like a non-starter. Like it basically crashes like constantly,
Okay then.
which is unfortunate, but not all that surprising to me.
No.
Because I mean, we know people that were playing, the last sim obviously on an S and had enough, plenty of trouble that with just that. So
Oh. Downdraft.
It's all acting a little weird, but much better than it was.
yeah. Note to self: don't refuel.
Or if you do, don't put quick fill. Just
Like for passengers.
I think I
Well,
was just in somebody's wake turbulence.
it could be.
She was like, I was just cruising along and I moved a little bit to the left, and the next thing I know, she just freaking
Are you
starts
down?
dropping out of the sky. I was like,
Are
what?
you down in the canyons or are you higher up?
No, no, I'm higher up.
Okay, because here in the canyons it's really bumpy.
I just moved over to the left. Those guys are flying on the right, so I moved over to the left over here, and everything seems to be going all right now. Yeah, I think it was a little bit of a mix of way too much weight and maybe following behind somebody too close. I've got her tapped out now. about 115 miles per hour. That's all she's got.
Hmm.
115, 120.
But that's reasonable for that plane.
Yep.
When you started this sim, was the 170 already there because you had bought it in the marketplace for 2020, or did you have to import it somehow?
No, it's already in this.
Okay.
It's already there.
So the Mooney as well, so all the Coronado planes that you bought for 2020 are already in the sim.
I don't know that. I don't know
If it was a famous flyer or a local legend, it's there. But
Yeah, but
anything.
the 170 is neither.
Yeah.
No, I don't know then.
Because the 170 is just a normal Coronado plane, like the Mooney, like the Waco.
Did you buy it on the marketplace in 2020?
I must have. All my stuff from the marketplace on 2020 came over. It was a day late, but it came over.
But it came, yeah.
Ah, okay, that's okay.
It took 24 hours, and then I was in the sim, and it said something about marketplace 2020 items are now usable or something like that.
So you have the Waco, Mooney, Seneca, whatever. Okay.
You know, all the Orbix stuff came in, everything.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. I still got you guys in sight, so
Copy.
1.5 miles. Not too far behind.
The new lighting model is great, except when you're flying with the sun at your back and you can't see the dash anymore.
As it should be, I mean.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like, it's just funny, because it's just like these aircraft, like you literally can't see anything on these screens. They get completely whited out, glared out, yeah.
It's funny, if you look at 2020, the only planes that you see are airliners. I don't think I've seen any GA plane here today.
Huh.
The airliners are bad at 2024.
Yeah, they're super broke.
Pretty good.
I guess the 330 is okay, but aside from that, like, and maybe the Beluga, those are really the only ones I've seen posted up. Like, the Max is super broke.
Like in real life.
Wow. What are we going to do for tonight?
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to take the Longitude, because the PC-24 is super broke too. So, yeah. Like, nothing works in the cockpit.
Maybe be there for that.
So, I guess I'm gonna have to try and see what state the Longitude is in.
I was going to say is
I think the Vision Jet's fine, but it can't keep pace with like the Longitude or anything like that.
it's slow, but
Does
I mean,
the
if-
Vision Jet keep up? If I just brought it in 2020.
No.
nope. It's a little faster than a Vision Jet, but not by much.
Yeah, like Longitude cruises up at like 40,000.
And like 0.8 knots. I mean 0.8 Mach. So it's pretty quick.
Right, the A10.
Yeah. Well, we're coming to the end of where the flight plan ends for me.
Yeah, but the final destination is IZI or 1Z1.
10 bars, Grand Canyon, 10 bars.
Way too high. So really clawed for altitude just to get down there again. But
Got a hole in the mesh back there. I was like, what's going on there? Oh.
do they have dynamic waterfalls now, or is still static meshes?
I haven't seen any. Also haven't really looked, so my guess is probably not.
Yeah, that would be my guess too.
I have the destination inside.
Alright, I got somebody's model in sight now.
Probably mine.
Yep. I think my USB. I need to go in and turn those power off options off on the USB ports. Keeps trying to kill my throttle quadrant.
Mm,
You don't get the little bloop bloop where you know when it
right.
comes off, and then when it does it, my mixture pulls all the way out.
Oh no.
So I'm flying along and then bloop bloop, and I had to push the mixture back in. Bloop bloop. Yeah, but it only does it like after I've been flying for like 2 hours. I guess it decides at that point it's time to turn everything off.
Yeah.
You need a break.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, this sim really pushes my GPU. Like, before, like, I wouldn't ever, like, with 2020, like, it never went above, like, almost never above 40 C.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here looking at it now. My CPU's at 61 and my GPU's at 64.
I don't even want to know what my GPU is doing right now.
Raymond!
Yeah. The room is nice and toasty.
Yeah.
Well, it's wintertime anyway, so combined heat and power is a new thing.
Right.
Is it actually using threads now, or not just one?
Supposed to be, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even not even looking at FPS. I'm just like whatever, as long as it
Yeah, as long as it's
seems
smooth.
reasonable, I'm okay
Yep.
with it. I've got some slight tearing when I move my head side to side, but aside from that,
You don't run VSync?
not in VSync's disabled when you're on frame gen.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't run frame gens. Matter of fact, I've been thinking about just doing away with the NVIDIA thing totally and just running TAA.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's what I'm doing in VR because it makes the instruments much more readable.
Yeah, I don't use DLSS because that just
Yeah.
that completely smears digital gauges.
Yep.
So I don't bother with that. I leave that in TAA. But
Gotcha.
I do have frame gen enabled.
That's where all the cool kids are at.
Always.
Always, yeah. Just about done with her. Oh, hey man, what's up, Dread?
Hey, Wolf, how you doing?
Good, man. Yeah, we're just finishing up. Just finishing up. Dealing with all the quirks. Yeah, the Soboisms, yeah.
Is this airport going to be up or down?
Up-ish.
Up-ish.
Start climbing-ish.
Okay.
Actually, it's down here. It's at an altitude of about 4,400 feet. Because I did that. I climbed and climbed and climbed, and I had to get down again. Because I thought
Well,
it was up here somewhere.
what is it? Is it 1 Zulu 1? Is that where we're going?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, I know that. I've been there. Bartend Ranch.
Hey, you gotta turn around and go up.
That's really weird you said that because I was driving home today and I'm thinking, man, I need to go to 2024 and fly out of 1Z1.
Yep, that's where we're...
That's-
Certain parts of the canyon look really good, and
Yeah.
certain parts are eh.
Yeah, I've actually flown into that airport in a real airplane a couple times.
Nice.
Well,
We used to do motorcycle tours from Mesquite down to the Bartend Ranch, which is connected to 1Z1. And I've probably been there 25 times on a motorcycle.
Nice. Well, we are just about there.
I'm on you 6, probably 500 or 600 feet above you there, Wolf.
Copy. Give her a little bit more juice. climbing up out of here.
Just hit 2 hours on the 170.
Nice.
What an experience the first 2 hours was.
Right.
Oh my god. Let me put a full tank of fuel in it. No, don't do that.
No. That's not. Yeah, you can see all the little trails and stuff
Yeah.
through here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look pretty cool.
Now let's see where
If
this
you
is
find a
at.
spot that they've done right, it really looks right. But
Well, right, exactly. Yeah, it's certain things look really, really good, and there's just some stuff that's messed
Broke.
up.
it's broke, did.
It's done broke it.
Yeah.
Looks like the wind's coming out of the south here. So, have to kind of swing around.
Gotcha.
Looks like the
Airport
runway
in.
might be uphill.
Airport is in sight. Time to go kill some Australians. Division 2. Go do some PvP in Division 2.
Nice.
I need to go do some myrtleizing after freaking stalling this thing out 15 times.
Right.
Is it paved?
Yep.
Yeah, it's paved.
The first 600 feet should be dirt.
On the south end,
From
yeah,
the
it looks
south
like
end.
it looks like it's dirt.
Yeah.
And then it's paved. But wind's coming out of the south, so I'm gonna swing it around.
I'm surprised they call it the Barton Airstrip because I believe it's Whitmore International on the chart.
I am almost scared to slow down.
Just about to.
I am at your 3 o'clock.
Roger. Add a little bit more
I'll
flap
let
here.
I'll let you take the runway. I'll take the road.
I'm just trying to get this thing slowed down.
All right, 2 notches. Grab one more.
Well, my landing rate wasn't great. What was it? 290.
Final. I see you there, Waylon.
With car, of course.
Sitting beside the sock.
Yeah. I think I hear you.
I am floating across in front of you.
Oh, there you are. Yeah, there you are. There you dropped your car. There dropped another one.
This road is full of rocks, y'all. It's big rocks. Not good.
Not exactly sure what you're doing there, but this looks as if you just dropped out of the sky. All of a sudden you went vertical.
That actually wasn't bad.
Yeah, it did look that way from here because you were really. It was like stairs, basically flying horizontal, then dropping down a bit, horizontal again, dropping down a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, it does that. I noticed that when you were taking off. That
Yeah, I think it's a
yeah.
refresh rate or something. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So don't expect me to judge your landing because that was certainly not your landing. I mean,
Ouch. That was not good.
Can you choose your server in 2024 like you did in 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not
Where do you do that?
go up to the general settings and
Ian online. Which server are you guys on?
West.
Okay.
West US.
I've got some big rocks here, so.
Multiplayer is kind of hit or miss currently, so.
Whoa!
As expected.
All right.
Funny thing is, whenever the car appears, your plane drops a few feet, and then once the car moves out, you get up again.
Right. I like how it spawned an extra 300 here. Dumb.
Perfect plane for that part of the world.
Right.
So, when the weight is right, and the center of
Wait.
gravity is good,
Right.
the 170 is lovely. It is absolutely freaking incredible.
The 170 was always lovely.
Yes. But it's even more lovely. Lovelier.
Okay.
I'm not going to call it
I
lovely
believe you.
first, but lovelier, yes. And with the sound bug being gone, I'm probably going to fly it much more than I used to.
Okay, I'm walking around outside my airplane somehow. How do I get in it?
Shift C.
Door handle if it's possible.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
You'll have to make sure that when you're on the outside, though, you gotta make sure you pull the chocks and the pitot covers and all that shit. Otherwise, you're not gonna get very far.
Okay, how do you select those things?
You should just be able to click on them.
Oh, gotcha. I had to right click to.
Yeah, right click, and that brings up your mouse, and then you can just regular click on them, clear them out. But yeah, chocks are a big one. I always forget my chocks. I'm like, why am I not going anywhere? Yeah, the pito's another one.
Yep.
Multiple times, get my pito off.
The drop on this thing is so wild.
Is that the Norden?
Yeah, the 5-blade E prop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a wicked plane. It's a wicked plane in real life.
Yeah, problem
Incredible.
is you can't get them in the U.S. with a constant speed prop until Mosaic passes. Well, I think it will, though.
Let's see.
Yeah, they had a couple of them at Oshkosh this year.
The Norden?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yep. I think they were selling them. I can't remember what the price he said was. Over a quarter.
Over 250?
Yeah, I think it was.
Well, that sounds kind of reasonable compared to what you pay for XCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carbon Cub UL right now is 400,000.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the prices on the ones that he had there were like 266, 267, somewhere in there.
Wow.
Put the chocks back on. Can you not?
I don't think you can put the stuff back on once they're off, can you?
I can't after flight my aircraft?
Okay.
Is it on the checklist to put them back on?
No, it's just something I want to be able to do.
No.
Okay. Phew.
Gotcha.
Even if it was like an EFB option or something.
Ugh. Head tracking ain't working.
Do you have a
Yeah, you have to use
open track?
open track if you're using Toby. That's the only way it works right now.
And as far as track IR. I had to
Yeah, I've got
update
Toby.
Okay. I was gonna say I had to update track IR to pick up 2024.
Yeah, so if you download OpenTrack and convert your Toby data into FreeTrack 2.0 enhanced, then it's just head tracking. Then it works.
So is
I'm gonna-
OpenTrack something I need to download?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a 46 on the landing rate there, Waylon.
Come on. Sorry?
I said I got a 46 on the landing rate there.
Yeah, don't rub it in. I got you.
Well, I had 168 that last one, so
There I had 36, so
and
yeah.
I don't know, and I don't know what I had when I was falling out of the sky with my. It wasn't good. That was a lot of fun. I like that.
Aside from the
Yeah, you know what? It's all learning, man. All learning. At this point,
mhm.
it's kind of like the first time you get in a PMDG 737. Huh?
Right.
Right? Huh? And then as you begin to pick things up and learn things, it's like, okay, that's how that works.
Right.
You know? Yeah. And we're gonna have a month of that with this.
Yeah. No question.
And then
Yep.
it'll be old hat before you know it.
I'm sending you my curves for OpenTrack, Roger. Just because default is fine, but I've adjusted them a little bit.
You should go over there and see what he's talking about. Mm. Yeah. This is.
Do you think one of the cool things about this is like you can fly somewhere and you recognize every little dirt road and like, hey, I've been there, you know?
Right.
Unlike flying around in DCS, I had never been to Georgia before.
Okay. So. Interesting.
Is there anybody doing anything there? Yeah.
Yep. No. She is broke. Very broke.
Well, guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna get this headset off and
Okay.
Yep. I gotta get
I'm
some
a-
stuff done.
face cool
So-
down. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for putting the flight together. Appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you.
Thanks for
Uh,
last
the
week or
flight.
next week.
All,
Yep.
all of it, yeah, definitely. All of us need to rag on Feel Good when we see him.
Well, he posted it post while he wasn't here, but
Oh, okay. I haven't read that, so maybe I need to shut my mouth.
I mean you can rag on him. He just
Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Take care.
Yeah. Later.
you know,
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Take care. See you around.
well. I'm also gonna hop off, Roger. Marissa's here in town, so I gotta spend the rest of my day with her. I get to.
Alrighty.
I get to. Alright, well. We'll see you later.
See ya.